Welcome to Ashland Middle School. It is Ashland Legion Baseball as the 1 and 3 Ashland Post 77 takes on 4 and 1 Hudson. Greg Holler on the mound, set to get this game underway as stepping to the plate for Hudson is the shortstop. And the first pitch is hit into left field, and Ben Palatino will start things off with a single for Hudson. Connor Donovan on camera, Tom Nappy on the call. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon for Game 5 of the season for Ashland Post 77. Let's take a look at the Hudson lineup. Ben Palatino led things off with a single. He's standing at first base. Evan Kane, the center fielder, stepping in now. First pitch, he'll foul it away. Batting third, the catcher Steve Ravella, and the cleanup spot is the DH, Luke Chiasin. Frankie Matos, the first baseman, batting fifth, as Holler is set to deliver the rest of the lineup in just a moment. Runner leading off of first, check in, runner slides back. So we mentioned batting fifth, first baseman Frankie Matos. Batting sixth, left fielder Tyler Hudson. Matt Sabor, the right fielder, is batting seventh. Brendan Keedy, the third baseman, batting eighth, as there is a strike. And rounding out the order is second baseman Corey Thompson for Hudson. Getting the start today will be Ken Monero for the 4 and 1 Hudson. Runner leading off of first once again, and this is on the ground. Left side, glove by the shortstop. Throw to second for one, throw to first is just going to be a little bit late, but they do get the lead runner, so Evan Kane reaches on the 6-4 fielder's choice. Let's take a look at the Ashland Post 77 field. Mike Messier is Greg Haller's battery mate behind the plate. Trevor Gustafson over at first. Second baseman Brendan Wolf. Nick Porter at shortstop. Mitch Porter, the third baseman. From left to right, Nick Burns, Jake Obid, Alex Cohen. As stepping to the plate, Steve Ravella. As Holler is set to deliver. Holler working from the stretch. Checking at first, runner back safe. Hudson is first place in Zone A right now as there's a strike. 0 and 1. Of course, District 5 is made up of two zones, Zone A and B. Ashland is in Zone A, as it's Hudson Post 100 at the plate, top of the first. Runner on with one out, checking at first, runner just back safe. Just a moment, we'll get you the weather forecast for today's game, and the HCAM Weather Center reading 83 degrees here in Ashland. Runner taking off from first, throw down to second, and he's safe. Just safe is Evan Kane, a stolen base. A partly cloudy day here, but the sky's very clear above the ballpark here at Ashland Middle School. An 0-2 count as Holler set to deliver from the stretch. The leg lift and the pitch on the ground, takes a couple hops, third base side. It's gloved by Mitch Porter. Throw to first is going to be in time and picked up by the first baseman. Does push the lead runner up to third. So Ravella with the 5-3 ground out. 2 away, runner on third. The cleanup hitter, Luke Chiasin, at the plate. The designated hitter as the righty steps in. Or excuse me, the lefty. Holler working from the stretch. That pitch down low, 1 and 0. A little bit of a switch up here in the field for Post 77. Messier getting his first start behind the plate. There's a strike, 1 and 1. And then you got the Porters in the infield. Nick Porter over at short, Mitch Porter at third. Nick Burns getting the start in left field today. That is just low, 2 and 1. And Post 77, I mean, they'll keep They have a versatile roster. They can move these guys around. As Haller delivers just a hair high, 3-1. Runner leading off of third is Haller to the set. There's a swinging strike that'll fill up the count. Post 77 playing their first game of the week after their game Wednesday or Tuesday was rained out. This is on the ground, gloved by the shortstop. Throw to first in time. A 6-3 ground out will wrap up the top of the first. Ashland coming up to the plate. It's a scoreless game here at Ashland Middle School. Set for the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Ashland Post 77 batting order. Brendan Wolf, the second baseman, leading things off. Nick Porter, the shortstop, batting second. Trevor Gustafson, the first baseman, batting third. Nick Burns is the left fielder, batting fourth. Mitch Porter, the third baseman, batting fifth. Brendan Thurber, the DH, batting sixth. Jake Obid, the center fielder, batting seventh. Mike Messier, the catcher, batting eighth. Alex Cohen, the right fielder, rounding out the order for Ashland Post 77. And now for the Hudson field, Ken Monero is the starter. Steve Ravella behind the plate. Frankie Matos over at first base. Corey Thompson at second. Ben Palatino, the shortstop. Brendan Keedy, the third baseman. We'll get you left to right after this pitch as Monero set to deliver to Wolf. The leg lift and the pitch is in there for strike one. From left to right, Tyler Hudson, Evan Kane, and Matt Saborin for Hudson Post 100. As Wolf awaits the pitch. Monero to the set, leg lift and the pitch. That is just outside, 1-1. Set to deliver. 2-1. Brendan Wolf, of course, from Hopkinton High School. Graduated last year. To the set. That is down low. It's now Steve Ravella going to come up from behind home plate, have some words with Monero. Wolf attending Kentucky University. Monero to the set. And that is foul. 2-2. Monero awaits the sign. The leg lift and the pitch. On the ground and gloved by Monero. The throw to first and the 1-3 for the first out. Nick Porter, the shortstop, coming up to the plate. Porter awaits the pitch. And this is a liner, third base side, glove by the shortstop. Throw to first in time. 6-3 for the second out. That'll bring up Trevor Gustafson. Trevor Gustafson, a 286 average on this season. Has had 7 at-bats so far. 7 plate appearances as well. As the righty awaits the pitch. That is just outside, 1-0. 286 on base percentage for Gustafson. Monero with the leg lift and the pitch. This is hit in the air to right field, and it is going to drop in for a hit. Saborin tried to turn his glove, but was unable to turn it in time, and that is a single for Gustafson with 2 outs. Nick Burns will now come up to the plate. Nick Burns has had 12 at-bats so far, 14 plate appearances, 333 mark on this season. And this is a little bloop shot, third base side, and it is caught by Brendan Keaty, the third baseman, for the final out of the first inning. It is a scoreless game as we head to the second. Top half of the second inning, 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for Hudson. Greg Holler on the mound for Ashland post 77. It's the second game of the year, and his first appearance gave up 8 runs. Only 4 of them were earned, however. Faced 31 batters. And looking to have a little bit better of a start here, but has his work cut out for him against a tough Hudson lineup as Frankie Mato steps in and will take strike one, 0-1. Frankie Matos out of Clinton High School as Holler delivers outside. 1-1. The Hudson roster made up, of course, of a lot of Hudson High School players. Got a few Clinton players in there. Marlboro also included, and a couple from Neshoba. As this is hit in the air to left field. Will it stay fair? No, in foul territory, and running it down to make the catch is Nick Burns for the first out. One away as Tyler Hudson will come up to the plate. Tyler Hudson out of Assabet Valley High School, graduated this year, a 6'2", 170-pound left fielder, as this one is hit foul. 0-1. And Greg Holler is one of those pitchers that sometimes is very sound and then other times can get a bit wild. There's strike two, beauty of a breaking pitch. Nice drop. Holler awaits the sign. The leg lift and the pitch upstairs. 1-2. Holler to the set. That one's down low. Greg Holler was the starter behind Evan Park for Hopkinton this year. There's strike three. Got away briefly from Messier, but he picks it up, throws down to first for the K. 2 away for Matt Saborin. Matt Saborin out of Neshoba Regional, graduated last year. Holler set to deliver. There's strike one. Holler to the set. And this is a liner second base side. That'll get into right field. A single. Saborin aboard with 2 outs. Brendan Keaty to the plate. Brendan Keaty at a Brumfield High School will enter his senior year next year. Runner leading off of first. Holler delivers. Up the middle, and it is gloved by the second baseman. A high throw to first, but pulling it down is Gustafson. Wait a second. No, he did not get that foot on the bag. So Keaty reaches, and you got to give Wolf the error. That was a high throw. Saborin up to second. Corey Thompson to the plate. Thompson out of Tohoto Regional High School, graduated this year. A 5'9" righty steps in. Holler from the stretch. The leg lift and the pitch in there for a strike. Oh, and 1. To the set. And this is third base side, picked up by Porter. Throw to first, not a problem. Corey Thompson goes down 5-3, and it is a scoreless game as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning, Mitch Porter, Brendan Thurber, and Jake Obid, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters up to the plate for post 77. Ken Monero set to deliver. And the first pitch is just low, 1-0. Mitch Porter getting the start at third base today, can also catch, just like his brother Nick, as this is a liner in a center. That'll drop in for a base hit. Mitch Porter aboard to start things off, and now Brendan Thurber to the plate. Working from the stretch now is Monero. And this is hit high in the air towards left field, and it is gloved near the wall by Tyler Hudson. Runner will stay put at first, one away. Now this is Mitch Porter's third game. He had the single to start off the inning. Had a .667 average coming into this game. And that's in 6 at-bats. And he's leading off of first right now as Monero from the stretch set to deliver to Obid. Checking at first, runner slides back. This is Obid's 5th game, his 11th appearance at his 11th at-bat, his 12th appearance at the plate. That one's low, runner back to first. We'll see if this ends up being an at-bat, rather. Obid only a 100 average to start things off, starting off a little slow. To the set. And this is up the middle, and a little bobble by the shortstop as it took an awkward bounce, but he's able to get it over to second to grab the lead runner for the second out of the inning. So Obid reaches on the 6-4 fielder's choice. 2 away, Mike Messier to the plate. From the stretch, runner leading off of first. That is just low. Monero set to deliver. There's a strike. One and one. Down low in the dirt, but gobbled up by Ravella. Runner retreats back to first. 2 and 1. Monero from the stretch. Up the middle and in and out of the glove of the shortstop. Picks it up, a high throw to first, and that is going to pull the first baseman off the bag. Everybody's safe. Obid up to second. Messier reaches on the errant throw. Now Alex Cohen, the right fielder, to the plate. Monero from the stretch, 2 on, 2 outs, and he'll step off the mound for a breather. And now a discussion with Steve Ravella, the catcher. Monero set to deliver. Swinging strike. Oh and 1. Monero from the stretch. And he reached for that one and foul tipped, 0-2. Monero set to deliver. Good battle here between Cohen and Monero. This is Cohen's third game of the season in the lineup. Fifth appearance at the plate. And there is strike three as Monero gets out of a bit of a two-out jam. And that will wrap things up for the second inning. We head to the third. It's a scoreless game between Hudson and Ashland. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by WPC Pest Control, providing pest control services to Hopkinton, Ashland, and surrounding areas. A family-owned business. You can call them at 508-366-1820 or find them online at WPCpest.com. Don't tolerate, eliminate your pest problem. As we are set for the third inning, Greg Holler out there for another inning of work, and so far a bit of a pitcher's battle between Holler and Monero. Just a gorgeous day once again here at Ashland Middle School as the top of the order due up for Hudson Post 100. Ben Palatino, Evan Kane, and Steve Ravella. Palatino steps in, singled his first time up back in the first inning. And he hits this one in the air deep towards left field, and that'll drop right in front of the wall and then hop over the wall. That is going to be a ground rule double. Lead man on once again for Hudson, and now Evan Kane will come up to the plate. That was very close to clearing that wall. Sign reads 328 out to left field. 360 out to center. So where Palatino hit that ball, it's probably in the 340s somewhere. As Holler will check on the runner. Out to right, it's 350. A deep ballpark here at Ashland Middle School. Probably one of the deeper ballparks in the district, as that one's down low. 1-0. Kane awaits the pitch, runner leading off of second. On the ground, third base side, and foul. Holler looks at second base and is set to deal. Still looking at second base, time called. Took a little too long to throw that pitch. The umpire called time. Lead runner on for Hudson, no outs. Swinging strike, 1-2. Holler to the set. Inside, 2-2. Brushes the batter out of the box. Holler will check in at second. Runner maybe caught in the pickle here, and the throw was low, and the runner advances to third. An errant throw by Holler. Had him picked off, just threw it too low towards Wolf. Nice job by Wolf, though, preventing that from getting into center field. That would have been a Hudson run. And this is a little chop towards shallow left field, ranging back. Nick Porter, and it falls out of his glove. And the runner will return to third. They throw over to Mitch Porter at third base, and he was unable to lay the tag in on time. And that was a tough play to make. Nick Porter had to come to a dive to try to get to that one, but it did fall out of his glove. And now Steve Ravella steps in. And I'm going to score that an error. We'll see what the official scorebook says after the game. Checking at third, runner just back. Ben Palatino has some serious speed. Holler does have the pickoff move down, though, that's for sure. A little upstairs there. Ravella grounded out his last time up in the first inning. First and third for Hudson, no outs. Holler from the stretch. Runner taking off from first. It's a strike, no throw. Both runners now in scoring position. The leg lift and the pitch. And this is a liner into center field. That'll drop down. One run being waved around. The second runner will be held up. It'll be first and third. And one run in for Hudson on the single. RBI single for Steve Ravella. Now Luke Chasen to the plate. Luke Chasen grounded out his last time up in the first inning. Still no outs for post 100. Runner taking off from first. This time there will be a throw. The throw's high, and a run comes in. Evan Kane comes around to score the second run as Ravella reached safely on the stolen base. Can credit Kane with the steal home. The double steal was on for Hudson, and it worked. They were banking on that throw. Down low. Mike Messier, you don't see him. You saw him behind the plate a lot for Hopkinton High School this year. Certainly not as experienced as Nick Porter, but is a very good catcher. Just has had a couple of throws that were off the mark today. The leg lift and the pitch, that's fouled away. 2-2. As the lefty steps back in. Holler from the stretch. And this is a little liner that'll drop into right field. And we will have runners on first and third. Runner taking off from first, heading to second as there was a throw home to cover home plate, and he's safe. So Jason takes second on the throw home. A single for Chasen. Vela at third. Frankie Matos to the plate. Still no outs for Hudson. There's a little discussion between Messier and Holler. This Hudson team, they have a lot of talent on this roster, a lot of experience as well. Several players in their last season of eligibility for Legion as the first pitch to Matos is a strike. Eight to be exact. Hit in the air, and this is going to stay in fair territory, left field side, and it is gloved, and the runner thought about tagging third. He's going to stay put. A great throw in from Nick Burns out of left field. So runners remain on first and second. One out, Tyler Hudson to the plate. Hudson struck out his last time up as the wind picks up a little bit here at Ashland Middle School. A swinging strike. For those of you just joining us, you're tuned in to Ashland Legion Baseball on WACA in Ashland or HCAM in Hopkinton. Caller from the stretch. The leg lift and the pitch down low. A 2-0 lead so far for Hudson. They have scored 2 runs here in the top of the third. Still threatening with 1 out and runners on second and third. Haller with the leg lift and the pitch. And this is a little rope into center. That drops down. 1 run in to score. Second run is going to be held up. And it will be runners on first and third with a third run in for post 100. An RBI single for Hudson. That was a good call by post 100 coaching to hold up the runner at third. You got 1 out. No need to risk a play at the plate. Try to keep the rally going as Matt Saborin steps in. Haller deals. And that is hit foul at a play. Hudson post 100, led by head coach Blair Brissett, assisted by Jeff Ahern, Neil Ahern, and Ryan Bowen, as well as Colin Flannery. Ashland, of course, led by head coach Derek Johnson, assisted by Scott Soderberg. Checking at third, runner is back. Mitch Porter wasn't on the bag. Haller from the stretch. Runner taking off from first, no throw, a strike. Messier does not have that quick move to second. Still developing that. And this is first base side on the ground, picked up by the first baseman Gustafson, and he will tag the bag. A well-needed 3 unassisted ground out. Runners stay put at second and third. Brendan Keedy to the plate. He reached on an error in the second inning. Haller to the set. There's strike 1. Fastball. That pitch outside. Wind up and the pitch on the ground up the middle, and it is picked up and bobbled by the second baseman. Another run in to score as Wolf could not get a grip on it. Jason comes around to make it 4-0. Hudson moves up to third. Keedy reaches once again on the error. Corey Thompson to the plate. First pitch ball. Haller to the set. Checking at third, runner back safe. It's runners on first and third, 2 outs, 4 runs in for Hudson, and they have batted around. Haller delivers. And this is a liner past the dive of Wolf into right field. A 5th run in for Hudson. An RBI single. Drives in Tyler Hudson. Brendan Keedy moves up to second. And now coming up for the second time this inning is Ben Palatino, who doubled to start things off. This is quite a rally for post 100, as there's a strike. And you have to keep in mind, Ashland this year does not have the most experience on the roster, a lot of young talent. This is high in the air towards left field. Burns ranging back and will make the catch. That will retire the side, but not before Hudson plates 5 runs. It is 5-0, post 100 leading as we head to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third inning, and Ashland has some work to do. Top of the order coming up, Brendan Wolf, Nick Porter, Trevor Gustafson. And we will have some warm-up action for Ashland in the bullpen area. Jeff Haller getting loose, might come in next inning. We'll have to see if they send Greg back out there or not. Gave up 5 runs in that inning. Not all of those were earned, by the way. There were 3 Ashland errors. Monero to the set. That is low, 1-0. Wolf grounded out his last time up in the first. 2-0. Leg lift and the pitch. That's sent foul right side. 2-1. Leg lift and the pitch. That is just outside. Wolf 1 pitch away from drawing the walk. And he will send this up the right side, and a beauty of a shot by Corey Thompson. Comes to a dive, gloves it, and gets the throw in time. 1 away. Nick Porter to the plate. That was certainly maybe the defensive play of the day so far. Monero set to deliver. There's strike 1. Leg lift and the pitch. Up the middle, glove by Monero. The little flip to first, 2 away. Trevor Gustafson now to the plate. Leg lift and the pitch. Swinging strike. Beauty of a drop on that breaking pitch. Monero deals. This is third base side foul. 0-2. Monero with the leg lift and the pitch. Just outside. 1-2. Wind up and the pitch. Down low, 2-2. To the set. Breaking pitch gets Gustafson looking. A 1-2-3 inning for the Hudson post 100 defense. 5-0 as we head to the fourth. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They're a multifaceted store to providing clients with an array of healthcare options. Hopkinton Drug is located at 52 Main Street. As stepping to the plate to start off the fourth is Evan Kane for Hudson. Greg Haller back out there for another inning of work after a rough third inning. That pitch down low, 1-0. As this is hit in the air to center field, and ranging under it to make the catch is Jake Obid. One away. Only 3 of the runs were earned in the third inning as Steve Ravella will come to the plate. The righty had an RBI single his last time up and takes strike 1. Holler gets the sign and deals. Third base side, past the dive of Mitch Porter into left field, a single for Ravella. That'll bring up Luke Chasen, who had a single and scored a run in the third, 1 for 2 today. As the big lefty out of St. Mark's steps in, graduated this year. St. Mark's private school. Standing at 6'3", 230-pounder. There's a strike to the cleanup man, 0-1. Checking at first, runner slides back safe. Holler from the stretch. Swinging strike. 0-2. Holler set the deal. Fouled away into the backstop. Count remains 0-2. Holler steps off the mound. Now set to deliver from the stretch. The leg lift and the pitch. Strike 3. Gets him looking. 2 away. Frankie Matos to the plate. Holler set the deal. Checking at first. Runner slides back just safe. As this is hit in the air, foul. Oh and 1. Steve Ravella at a Hudson High, graduated last year. Swinging strike. Holler set the deal. Tipped foul. Ravella stays alive. Wind up and the pitch. Foul. And nice play by Jeff Holler behind me on that foul ball as there's strike 3. And that will do it. 2 straight strikeouts to retire the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Hudson leading 5-0. Bottom of the 4th inning, a 5-0 Hudson post 100 lead over post 77 as Ashland coming back up to the plate. 2 up is hitters 4, 5, and 6. Nick Burns, Mitch Porter, and Brendan Thurber to face Ken Monero, who has given up no runs, 2 hits so far. Has struck out 1. And Burns looking to try to help Ashland get some momentum going offensively. The leg lift and the pitch. Strike 1. Monero gets the sign and deals. Down low, 1-1. Monero to the set. And this is a liner in a center, and it'll drop into the glove of Evan Kane. One away. Mitch Porter coming up to the plate now. Porter hit a single his last time up in the second. Monero deals. Up the middle, off the glove of Monero, rolling on the infield grass. No one will get to it in time. Porter aboard with a single. That hopped right before the mound and then deflected off the glove of Monero. As Brendan Thurber steps in. Runner leading off of first. Check in at first, runner slides back. Monero from the stretch, runner leading. There's a strike. Runner continues to lead as Monero set to deal. There's strike two. Monero deals outside. 1-2. To the set. Down low, runner takes off from first, throw to second is going to be a little bit short, and Porter has the stolen base. 2-2. Monero to deliver. Just low, that'll fill up the count. Checking at second, and the runner just back safe. Porter had to come to a dive to get back, and looks like maybe a little bit shooken up. There's a swinging strike. 2 away. Jake Obid to the plate. Monero delivers. Little bloop shot, fair territory, first base side, and caught. That will be the third out of the inning. We head to the top of the fifth. Hudson 5, Ashland nothing. Top half of the fifth inning, and due up for Hudson post 100 is 6, 7, and 8. Tyler Hudson, Matt Saborin, and Brendan Keedy. To face Greg Haller out there for another inning of work. Jeff Haller is ready if Greg starts to struggle. That pitch outside, 1-0. A 5-0 lead for Hudson. You're watching Ashland Legion Baseball on WACA TV in Ashland or HCAM in Hopkinton. Turns the hitter there, 2-0. Connor Donovan on camera. Tom Nappy on the call as this pitch is hit into right field, right into the direction of Alex Cohen, and there is one away. That'll bring up Matt Saborin. Haller to the set. And he hits this one in the left field into the glove of Burns, who had a range over to make that catch. A great play by Nick Burns. 2 outs. Brendan Keedy to the plate. That one is low, 1-0. Hudson scored all 5 runs in the 3rd inning. The leg lift and the pitch just outside, 2-0. Some defensive struggles in that 3rd inning as well for Ashland. There's a strike, 2-1. Keedy awaits the pitch. Fouled away, 2-2. Haller to the set. Upstairs, full count. Haller awaits the sign, and he'll step off the mound. Haller delivers. Fouled away. The leg lift and the pitch. Good battle here between Brendan Keedy and Greg Haller. Haller deals. That one's fouled away as well. Count remains full. These Hudson hitters, they know how to battle. The leg lift and the pitch. Swinging strike, and Greg Haller will get out of it. 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's Hudson 5, Ashland nothing. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Ashland. Mike Messier, Alex Cohen, and Brendan Wolf. As we enter the bottom of the 5th, a 5-0 lead for Hudson. Post 77 with some work to do. Ken Monero back out there pitching a nice game. Messier reached on an error in the 2nd in his only at-bat so far, as that pitch is just low. Leg lift and the pitch. This is a little bloop shot and a jump up by second baseman Corey Thompson, and he makes the catch. That was a beauty of a catch. He's made a couple of tremendous plays today. One away as Cohen steps in. That's off the dirt and low. 1-0. Great defense today by Hudson. As this is hit into left center. No defense on that, as that'll drop in for a hit. Cohen aboard with a 1-out single. Brendan Wolf to the plate. And check that, pinch hitter. Stepping in, Michael Krupe, pinch hitting for Brendan Wolf. Monero to the set. Checking at first, runner slides back. As the lefty Krupe steps back in the batter's box. There's a strike. There's another strike. Swinging strike, 0-2. Checking at first, and they got him. Cohen picked off at first. What a throw. Good throw by Ravella. Monero with the leg lift and the pitch down low, and that got by. No runners on to advance. This is Krupe's 10th plate appearance. His 5th game that he's appeared in. 167 on the season so far. The leg lift and the pitch. And there is strike 3, and that will do it. 3 up, and it ends up being 3 down as Alex Cohen got picked off after hitting a 1-out single. We head to the 6th. Hudson on top, 5-0. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services. Visit them online at goldenpondassistedliving.com. As we are set for the top half of the 6th inning, a 5-0 lead for Hudson over Ashland, and we have a series of position changes for Post 77. Jeff Haller is the new pitcher. Taking over at second base is Michael Krupe, and that will round out things as far as we know for Post 77. Greg Haller went 5 innings, giving up 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 which were earned, had no walks, and 4 strikeouts. And did throw a lot of pitches in those 5 innings. So now his brother Jeff Haller will take over. And Jeff Haller is going to be a senior next year over at Hopkinton High School. Probably be one of the big parts of the Hillers next season. Due up for Hudson this inning is hitters 9-1 and 2. Corey Thompson, Ben Palatino, and Evan Kane as they look to add some security heading into the final 2 innings of this match. Ashland 1-3 on the season. Hudson 4-1. Hudson started off the season defeating Sudbury on the road. They then lost to Hudson and then beat Medford and Natick on the road. And then they beat Billerica at home as that pitch is a ball. This is actually, they've played 2 home games so far. As that is going to be fair. I thought he might have fouled it off himself, but it hit the dirt, and then the throw to first is a little bit wide. Corey Thompson reaches on the errant throw. Now Ben Palatino to the plate, who's having a great day. He's 2 for 3, hit a double and scored a run in the 3rd. Also has stolen a base this game. He crushed that ball in the 3rd inning. It was very close to the left center wall there. Runner leading off of first. Jeff to the set. And there's strike 1 on the righty. 0-1. Runner leading off of first as Jeff Haller set to deliver. Gets the sign and deals, and this is up third base side, foul. 0-2. Runner leading off of first. That pitch is down low in the dirt, gets by, and the runner will advance to second. Thompson gets the free pass on the wild pitch. No outs, runner in scoring position for Hudson. Palatino set for the pitch. Jeff Holler takes a look at second and deals. Just outside. 2-2. Holler to the set. On the ground, third base side, foul. Count remains 2-2. Holler deals. And this is chopped past the reach of Krupe. That'll get by, and a run is going to be waved in. The throw at home is in time. Corey Thompson was waved through, and a beauty of a throw to home plate, and Messier lays down the tag. That was a single for Palatino, advanced to second on the throw. One out, Evan Kane to the plate. And now coach for Hudson, Blair Brissett, is going to come over from the third base side, have a discussion with the home plate ump about the call out at home. Evan Kane has reached on a fielder's choice and an error today, stole a couple bags and flew out to center. Runner leading off a second, Jeff Holler set to deliver. That is just outside. To the set. That is hit foul. A pitch outside, runner taking off, throw to third, will get by in a left field. A stolen base for Palatino. Throw is just off the mark. Looks like Palatino might have gotten in the way unintentionally of Porter on that one as well. Jeff Holler delivers outside. 3-1. Holler to the set. There's strike two. That'll fill up the count on Kane. And this is hit up the middle, past the reach of Krupe and into center field. One run in to score for Hudson. An RBI single for Kane. A 6-0 lead now for post 100. Steve Ravella will come up to the plate. Ravella 2 for 3 on the day so far. Has also scored a run in the third. Has an RBI as well. Checking at first, runner slides back safe. Holler set to deliver. And this is hit high in the air, first base side. Gustafson ranges under it and makes the catch. 2 away. Luke Chasen to the plate. The cleanup hitter, 1 for 3 today. Hit a single and scored a run in the third. Evan Kane on first for Hudson. That pitch down low. 1-0. To the set. Upstairs. A 2-0 count. Checking at first, and the runner just back safe. As this is hit high in the air towards center field. Ranging back to make the catch is Jake Obid. And that will be the third out of the top half of the sixth. Hudson does plate another run. It is 6-0 Hudson as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Bottom of the sixth inning, 2, 3, and 4 due up for Ashland post 77. Nick Porter, Trevor Gustafson, and Nick Burns to face Ken Monero. So far, 4 hits for post 77, but no runs to show for it. A 6-0 lead for post 100 as the shade starts to creep in around the entire field here at Ashland Middle School. Sun's starting to set. Monero delivers. That is low, 1-0. Porter has grounded out a couple times today. That pitch just outside, 2-0. Monero delivers. And this is hit third base side foul. 2-1. To the set. That is a little bit low, 3-1. Monero deals. Check swing, and he held up. Draws the walk. It's actually the first walk of the game by either team. You wonder what the leash is with Monero. He's been out there a good amount. He's thrown quite a few pitches in this game, despite giving up no runs as Gustafson steps in. Just outside. Monero to the set. Another one outside. 2-0. Time called as Hudson coach and the catcher going to come out, check on him. Certainly a good time to check on him as he's thrown quite a few pitches, a lot of battles by these Ashland hitters. And with the first walk of the game, you wonder if he's getting a little bit tired. Two and 0. As Monero set to deliver to Gustafson. Runner leading off of first. There's a strike. 2-1. Monero set to deal. That pitch is low. Three and 1. Hit in the air, and this is going to stay in fair territory. The shortstop is back to make the catch. It's Palatino under it for the first out. Nick Burns to the plate. Burns 0 for 2 today, flew out a couple times. Monero from the stretch, runner leading off of first. Down low. Mitch Porter due up on deck. Monero deals inside. Two and 0. That pitch is just outside. And at this rate, you wonder if Monero, well, if he gets through this inning, will he come out for the 7th, if necessary? There's the second walk of the inning for Monero. Porter pushes up to second, Burns to first. Mitch Porter to the plate, and I'm not quite sure if Hudson has anyone warm. They did have someone throwing earlier in the 4th. That breaking pitch on the inside. 1-0 to Porter. Monero to the set, both runners leading, down low. 2 and 0. Big opportunity here for Ashland. Porter is 2 for 2 on the day. Pair of singles. Check in at second, runner is back. Monero gets the sign. And third base side, ripped up the line, it's fair. Runner being waved around and hold everything. That is going to be a foul ball. Late foul ball call. The umpire yelling over the Ashland bench, put some lines down on the field. There is no lines on the outfield marking foul territory. 2 and 1 on Porter. Both runners leading. Monero delivers. There's a strike. 2 and 2. Monero to the set. Off the dirt, and that'll fill up the count. Still no sign of anyone getting warm for Hudson, so you wonder if the relief pitcher, if they bring one in, would be coming from one of the players that's currently in. This is up the middle. Slow roller on the infield grass. Was picked up by the second baseman, and a collision with Burns, and he dropped the ball, and then the shortstop had a collision with Burns, and everybody's safe. And Coach Johnson arguing that Burns was interfered with by the infielders as he was trying to get to second. Porter gets a single. Bases are loaded. No run came around. But what happened was Burns was going from first to second, ran in to the second baseman first, and he bobbled the ball and dropped it. Shortstop tried to pick it up, and then there was another collision with Burns. And the shortstop bobbled the ball a little bit. He ends up reaching. It's bases low, 1 out, and the Hudson coach Blair Brissett was out to talk to the infield umpire about the sequence of events. Big opportunity here for post 77. Brendan Thurber at the plate, bases loaded, 1 out. And if I'm Coach Brissett, my leash with Ken Monero is very short right now. As this is a liner in a center field, that'll drop down, 1 run in. Second run being waved around. They're going to try to score a third. No, now he holds them up. And it is a 2 out, a 2-run base hit for Thurber. An RBI, 2 RBI double as Porter comes around, followed by Burns. Mitch Porter up to third. Still 1 out. Jake Obid coming to the plate. Obid is 0 for 2 today, reached on a fielder's choice in the second. There's strike 1. 0-1. Monero to the set. There's strike 2. Coach Brissett is going to see if Monero can rough it through this inning. Monero deals. Fouled away. Count remains 0-2. Mike Messier due up on deck for post 77. To the set. This takes a couple hops off the infield grass. Glove by the shortstop. Throw to first. And they will get the out, but a run is in to score. Mitch Porter comes around on the RBI sacrifice ground out. Brendan Thurber up to third. It's a 6-3 game as Messier steps in. To the set. There's strike 1. Messier 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second. To the set. Breaking pitch. That didn't quite break. 1-1. Monero set the deal. Into the dirt. Nice block by Ravella behind home plate. 2-1. If you're Coach Brissett, you have to be thinking that if Messier gets on, you really need to consider pulling the plug on Monero. Monero delivers. There's a strike. 2-2. This post 77 lineup, if they come alive, they can work their way back. They did it in the first game of the season at Tingsboro. They were down runs and ended up winning 9-8 with a rally. That pitch outside. A full count. Monero to the set. And this is a little chop into center, and it'll drop into shallow center. And a fourth post 77 is around to score. Thurber comes around on the RBI single by Mike Messier. This game not over yet. Still 1 out, or 2 outs in the inning, excuse me, as Alex Cohen is set to come to the plate. And that is going to be it for Monero. Coach Brissett has seen enough. He'll take the ball, and we'll have a relief pitcher for Hudson as Ashland working their way back in. It is 6-4 now. Hudson leading Ashland. Josh Bonnick, the new pitcher for Hudson. Ken Monero in 5 2/3, giving up 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. As Alex Cohen will come up to the plate. Runner on first, 2 outs, 4 in for Ashland. It's a 6-4 lead for Hudson. Post 77 is right back into this game. The new pitcher, Josh Bonnick, out of Clinton High School. Graduated last year. As the righty is set to deliver. And this is hit in the air, foul, 0-1. Tying run at the plate. Bonnick set the deal. Down low, good block behind home plate, throw to first, and it'll pull the first baseman, Frankie Matos, off the bag. Back safely is Mike Messier. So far in this game, all the scoring, or the big rallies, I should say. Hudson did put up 1 run last inning, but it's done in 2 different innings. That pitch in the dirt, another nice block by Ravella. Hudson plated 5 runs in the third, 1 in the top half of this inning, the 6th. And Ashland has plated 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. And we'll see how Bonnick does here. Working from the stretch to Cohen. Cohen already has an RBI, already has a single today. Swinging strike, runner takes off from first, throw to second, and he's safe. A stolen base for Messier. That was close. Good throw up the pike, too. Bonnick from the stretch. Hit in the air, and it is in foul territory and caught by the catcher for the 3rd out of the inning. But Ashland post 77 plates 4 runs, and as we head to the 7th, it's a 6-4 Hudson lead. We enter the final inning. It is a 6-4 Hudson lead as post 77 plates 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Jeff Haller out there for his 2nd inning of work. Due up for post 100 are the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Frankie Matos, Tyler Hudson, and Matt Saborin. Is Jeff Haller looking for a clean inning to try to give Ashland a chance. Hudson hoping to add some security as this is up the middle, glove by Haller, and he will flick it over to first for 1 out. 1 away, Tyler Hudson to the plate. That's always a nice way to start the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. It's been a relatively quick-moving game here today. This game only about an hour and 45 minutes old as there's a strike. 0-1 to Hudson, who is 1 for 3, had an RBI single. That pitch is down low. That was back in the 3rd, the 5-run rally for Hudson. Hudson trying to go 5-1 on the season. That pitch outside, 2-1. Post 77 trying to get their first home win still. Their only win was their only road game against Tingsboro, first game of the season. That's down low, 3-1. Haller deals. That is 4 straight balls for the walk. First walk of the game delivered up by Ashland. Matt Saborin will come to the plate. Saborin 1 for 3 on the day. Runner leading off of first, 1 out in the inning. Down low, 1-0. Jeff Haller set to deal. And this is up the middle, gloved by Krupe at second. They throw to second for one, throw to first, and they get the double play. A 4-6-3 double play wraps up the top of the seventh, and Ashland has some momentum as we head to the bottom of the inning. Post 77 down to their final 3 outs, trailing by 2. Bottom of the seventh inning, Post 77 down to their final 3 outs, trailing by only 2 after they plated 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading things off is Michael Krupe. He's 0 for 1 today. Replaced Brendan Thurber back in the 5th. As the windup and the pitch, the bunt pulled back down low. Josh Bonnick back out there for his 2nd inning of work. All 4 runs were charged to Ken Monero, the starter. This is down the third baseline, foul. 1-1. As the lefty steps back in. Wind up and the pitch by Bonnick is down low. Bonnick gets the sign. And it's a bunt up the middle, infield grass, throw to first, not a problem, 1 away. 1-3, and now Nick Porter. Porter reached on a walk in the 6th and scored a run. He scored on part of that 2 RBI hit by Brendan Thurber. I believe it was a double by Thurber. I'll have to check the scorebook. Not sure if he advanced the second on the throw. Bonnick to the set. There's a strike, 0-1. Bonnick gets the sign and is set to deliver to Porter. And this is a liner and a center, and coming to a dive was Evan Kane, but he could not hold on, and Nick Porter is aboard. Tying run coming to the plate. As Trevor Gustafson will step in, 1 for 3. Hit a single in the first. Bonnick awaits the sign. Runner leading off of first. Down low, 1-0. Bonnick to the set. That is foul. 1-1. Bonnick from the stretch. Upstairs, 2-1. Runner leading off of first. And this is up the third base side and foul. 2-2. Bonnick to the set. Hit in the air towards left field, back towards the wall, and that'll drop in front of the wall. Runner being waved around. Porter is going to come around to score. It's 6-5. An RBI double by Gustafson. One out, runner on second. Nick Burns to the plate. And it looks like we're going to have a discussion on the mound. Steve Ravella and the coach, Blair Brissett will have a talk with Josh Bonnick to see if he can get out of this inning. Runner on second, one out. I'm not quite sure of Hudson's pitching depth. They really left Monero in a long time to make me believe that they have relievers that are good to go. Nick Burns with an opportunity to tie things up. Hudson once led 6-0, and it's 6-5 now. Burns walked and scored a run in the 6th as the lefty steps in. Breaking pitch, that is just high, 1-0. There is a pinch runner over at second base. Tom Onzi. Bonnick to the set. Porter fouls this one away. 1-1. Bonnick awaits the sign. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. 1-2 on Burns. Mitch Porter due up on deck. Bonnick set to deliver. Hit in the air, a high fly ball to left field, and it is caught by Tyler Hudson for the second out of the inning. Mitch Porter, the last hope for post 77. So far, Mitch Porter is 3 for 3. 3 singles, scored a run in the 6th. Also has a stolen base. Not a bad guy to have at the plate. Bonnick set to deliver. Hit in the air, left side, and it looks like it is in foul territory, and it's caught. Tyler Hudson ranging way over to make the catch for the third out of the inning. Ashland made it a game as they plated a run in the 7th to make it a 6-5 game. They played 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th, but once again, post 77 comes up just short of what would have been a terrific comeback. They fall to 1-4 on the season as they lose this one 6-5. We'll come back in just a moment and give you the stats wrap up. Well, it was a tremendously fought-out game between Hudson post 100 and Ashland post 77. Let's get to the recap. Hudson scored 5 runs in the 3rd inning. At that point, it was scoreless, but top of the 3rd, Hudson goes on a rally. Ben Palatino, the leadoff hitter, starts the inning off with a double. Evan Kane then reached on an error. Steve Ravella then with the RBI single, followed by a Luke Chasen single, which would once again load the bases. Tyler Hudson would then drive in a run, and then a ground out for the second out. Brendan Keaty reached on an error. That drove in another run. And then Corey Thompson with an RBI single scored the 5th run of the inning for Hudson. And it would be 5-0 until the top of the 6th, in which Hudson would plate another run, an RBI single by Evan Kane to drive in Ben Palatino, made it 6-0. But then on the bottom of the 6th, post 77 got the bats going as they responded against relief pitcher it would lead to a relief pitcher, but Ken Monero started struggling a little bit in the 6th inning. Nick Porter started it off with a walk. Trevor Gustafson then flew out for the first out, but then a walk to Nick Burns, followed by a single to Mitch Porter, loaded up the bases, then a 2 RBI double by Brendan Thurber, followed by a sacrifice RBI groundout by Jake Obed, and an RBI single by Mike Messier scored the 4th run. Alex Cohen would then fly out to end the inning. Then to the 7th inning, Hudson ended up going down after 3 hitters. It was a ground out, a walk, followed by Matt Saborin hitting into a 4-6-3 double play. Post 77 came up to the plate hoping to get some momentum going. Brendan Wolf started off on a 1-pitch ground out. Nick Porter, though, then hit a single, followed by an RBI double by Trevor Gustafson, which he crushed towards left center. Nick Burns and Mitch Porter would then both fly out to left field. Well, it was a great comeback by Ashland post 77, but unfortunately they were unable to pull off the heroics here tonight against Hudson, and they fall to 1-4 on the season. But I think it certainly shows that this post 77 team, they don't give up, and they certainly can get some momentum going in their lineup. And if they can keep that momentum going as they had in the 6th and the 7th and get their bats alive, they might rack up some wins here. Hudson improves to 5-1 on the season. Ashland falling to 1-4. Starting pitcher for Hudson, Ken Monero, went 5 2/3, giving up 7 hits. 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. The Ashland starter was Greg Haller. He went 5 innings, giving up 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which were earned, and had 4 strikeouts. The reliever for Hudson, Josh Bonnick, went 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, which was earned, no strikeouts, no walks. For Ashland, Jeff Haller went 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and had no strikeouts. Well, this was a great game played here today between Hudson and Ashland. Unfortunately, did not go the post 77 way, but they will get right back to it with a good stretch of games coming up. They'll be on the road for quite a bit coming up, so perhaps they can get some momentum going on the road. Hudson scored 6 runs on 11 hits and committed 1 error. Ashland, well, fielding was a problem for post 77 today. They had 5 errors, and they scored 5 runs on 9 hits. Once again, the final score for the final time, Hudson ends up pulling off the 6-5 victory against Ashland post 77. For Connor Donovan on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. This has been Ashland Legion post 77 baseball on HCAM TV in Hopkinton and WACA TV in Ashland. We thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.